we are back with another tier list video. They don't stop, you know what I'm saying? We are going to do a WrestleMania tier list, and now with the newly updated WrestleMania 36. You know, it's unfortunate because of COVID, so it's not gonna have a high placement, but here we are on my top, top right. We got Adam, aka Infinite, Galactic Infinite, and we have on the bottom right, John, who changes his name every week.
Every 3 months, and messages going by John. I don't know why you just change your tag to your real name at this point. What name is John for? I literally have a friend named Johnny Dude.
Well, he has John Dude. You just John. But if we need to, we'll look up the card, because it all depends. I do be forgetting some matches that are on some WrestleMania, so that may determine. You know what I'm saying? So we'll definitely be looking up some of that stuff. But for the majority, I'll be going off of memory. I pretty much know most of these, by heart. So F tier. Well, we gotta name these tiers like we usually do, and I don't think. Well, this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Might need 5. All right, buried tier. Here's the here's the tier. You got the buried tier. It's the bottom of the barrel. They suck ass for a number of reasons, not just one particular one. They were buried by their former jobber tier. They were an okay WrestleMania. It was a boring WrestleMania to watch, but there was 1 or 2 matches that carried it. Mid-Carter tier, very solid WrestleMania. Nothing that really, got us excited except for like 1 or 2 things. Money in the Bank tier. There was a match. This was a WrestleMania that cashed in their Money in the Bank opportunity and made that pop. You know what I'm saying? And made majority of the event exciting to watch, whether it be matches, lore, surprises, superstars, what have you. And then WWE World Champion tier. This is the mecca of all WrestleManias, the best of the best. And this will be ordered, by the way. Well, I guess it'll be easy for me to order it towards the top, because I feel like I know which is the best WrestleMania of all time. People who watch wrestling deep down know what the best WrestleMania is, but we'll see. Alright, so here we go. We're gonna start. First of all, we're gonna get this right out the way. WrestleMania 35, WrestleMania 27. And Barry, this is Barry too. I hate WrestleMania 27. I hate WrestleMania 27. Yes, I'll definitely tell you why. We'll get to that. I'm gonna tell you exactly why. It's so easy. Let me see. And it's the worst too. I'll tell you why. It's definitely the worst. I'm gonna put WrestleMania 1 to 1 and 2. Oh, you'll see. You'll agree. Hopefully you'll agree. Let me see. WrestleMania 1 and 2. Not that good either. Let me see if there's anything else. I don't like WrestleMania 29, but it's not the worst. Alright, here we go. I think this is pretty, so far this is good. Alright, so let's start with WrestleMania 27 since it's the worst of the worst. So first of all, here's why I hate WrestleMania 27, right? So at this time, 2011, WWE was in a very hot time. It was a very hot time in a good way. If you think about it, so everything before WrestleMania at that time. You had, Randy Orton's whole Viper thing being, pretty massive at the time. You had John Cena and Rock feud. You had Miz as the champion. And then you had, the whole, Kevin Nash, CM Punk thing that was about to brew over after the Royal Rumble, which they did a 40-man for the first time. Alberto Del Rio, Edge coming back, or Edge about on the verge of retirement. All these things, all this lore was boiling into what could have been a great WrestleMania. Triple H and The Undertaker for the second time. But here's what happened, right? They got to WrestleMania and they just didn't deliver. First off, Atlanta, Georgia did not have the best venue. Aesthetically, it was ugly. I hated the freaking stage or whatever. Yeah, that was an ass. Compared to what they did.
No, listen, the only reason it looked like that was because they had to accommodate for Alberto Del Rio coming out in his rented cars like he always does.
That's fine or whatever, but you see what they did for WrestleMania 25, right? They did the exact same thing. Or better yet, WrestleMania 23, where John came out in a Dodge Charger, busted through glass, and then they had that big ass freaking background. So that was one thing. And then this was also the time where this was around a bunch of host general managers, and they wanted The Rock to host WrestleMania. So, that's pretty big news for WrestleMania. But as far as the card and how the matches went, off the top of my head, the best match, the only thing that made WrestleMania 27 watchable was The Undertaker and Triple H. That was a great match. Otherwise, CM Punk versus Randy Orton was mediocre. There was no real story there. It was just a random match. Alberto Del Rio versus Edge for the title. He won the Royal Rumble. Edge was about to retire. He kind of got screwed over. Whatever. John Cena versus The Miz was a horrible main event. The Rock came in and interrupted it. Nah, bro. It was he had the championship. He had to retire. He did WrestleMania. Not that he was going to retire. Yeah. John Cena versus The Miz. Horrible main event, like I said. The Miz was he was being pushed to a main event caliber, and he wasn't there yet. He is now, but it's kind of too late. Then The Rock comes out, gives him a rock bottom, makes him lose the match. It's there was no need to do it.
It didn't make me excited as other WrestleManias, so I don't know. It didn't give me the emotion. It is like, all right, yeah, Miz is the champion, so we kind of have to be in the main event. We gotta fight whoever. Right.
Yeah, and at that point, and when it got to that point,
this was the second WrestleMania I ever watched. So I mean, that could save a lot.
Oh, so this was just exciting. And then in 2011, I know what you look like in 2011. So John Cena fan, all that stuff. Yeah. So it's just there's a number of things. I can look up the card, look up some other stuff. There was definitely a tag match that I didn't like either. Yeah, look at this. So we had Sheamus versus Daniel Bryan. Okay. That lasted 4 minutes. It was a lumberjack match for the United States title. Stuff like that, that's fine, you know what I'm saying? Because it's they're up and coming, they need to go first. Great Khali won a battle royal. Okay, he's big, whatever. Edge defeats Alberto Del Rio, you know what I'm saying? We talked about that. Cody Rhodes versus Rey Mysterio. This was
that match. This is when Cody Rhodes was dashing, and then he got that facial reconstruction.
Yeah, and he was right. And he I forget what the moniker was, but it was Grotesque Cody Rhodes, I think. It was a great storyline, but it didn't make sense for this.
I wasn't doing anything with get anybody. Rey Mysterio, I was more worried about Rey Mysterio going to pull out of his bag.
Right. Oh, this is why WrestleMania 27 was bad. Michael Cole and Jerry Lawler in a match for commentators fighting. Why? And Stone Cold had to guest referee that match. Like, what was the point? John Morrison, Snooki, and freaking Trish Stratus.
I forgot this is why this one was trash. They put Snooki from Jersey Shore in a wrestling match.
Yes, and it was the match before the main event. Think about that.
To attract some more attention.
That was a match that should not.
Trish Stratus in order to get back to the
There was actually no other match they could have put in its place besides Randy Orton and CM Punk. But see, I think what they did was like they didn't want a match that serious and then another match like that as well. They kind of mixed it up. Because, you know, that match was like 30 minutes.
And then air it out.
Yeah.
Then the main event.
Yeah, and honestly, to me, Undertaker Triple H was the main event of the WrestleMania. So there was only one match that carried that WrestleMania. Plus, it was like bogus. So that is why it's the worst. WrestleMania 1 and 2. You know, it's just because it's the beginning. There wasn't too much they could go off of. It was a very exciting event at the time. You know, think about 1985, 1986. They had all this star power in their pocket, and they just released it all at once. WrestleMania 1, they had Mr. T, they had Muhammad Ali, they had the Mariachi. You know, all these people. They had Cyndi Lauper, Windy Rider, all these people for stardom. You know what I'm saying? But they kind of overshadowed the fact that it's a wrestling event. So the card for WrestleMania, and it was split up. I remember that it was split up into like separate cities, stuff like that. I mean, that's what it was interesting because they didn't know how they were gonna do it like that. But that was, I don't know, like they split it up in 2 different cities. So I'm like, you had WrestleMania in New York and WrestleMania in in somewhere else. I think all these matches were like under 10 minutes.
Oh my God.
Wendy Richter, my bad.
I mean, they were just beginning.
So yeah, this was also not the best. I mean, it's just because of its time. Like, and all these matches, you gotta think they had a time limit, so you couldn't really just be out there forever. Nor did you want to. So one thing in particularly was the Body Slam Challenge. This was kind of a gimmick match. So this is fun right here. $15,000 Body Slam match. This was typical back in the 80s, you know. But Junkyard Dog, Greg Valentine, Blue Beefcake, Dave San Martino, like these matches are just pure wrestling matches, not WrestleMania caliber matches. And then believe me, that's kind of like WrestleMania. I think when they did, from Junkyard Dog and down, that's when they started making it like this is WrestleMania. So it's not a lot of excitement there. Same thing for WrestleMania 2. And then, of course, speaking WrestleMania 36, bro, I don't have to say anything except the Johnson and Bray Wyatt match, the whole puppets and everything, no audience, that freaking eventual ass, weird time travel ass match. Like, what? It was awkward. Because they would like.
The only really good match to come out of that was that Boneyard match with Undertaker and Styles. Because they made Undertaker go back to the American match.
Yes. And that was the last match and they went outside and all that stuff. They put a lot of theatrics in the WrestleMania, which was weird. I don't agree with that, but they gotta do what they gotta do. And Drew McIntyre, yeah, beating Brock Lesnar. Like, if there was an audience for that, literally this is only bad. That's why it's up, at the top. This WrestleMania is only bad because there was no audience. I was definitely excited for the Randy Orton and Edge, match, but they couldn't go anywhere. Like, they just had to. They literally was fighting in a warehouse, so you can't really do anything. So it's just due to unfortunate circumstances, plus a little 2 or 3 matches that suck. That's why it's there. But alright, jobber tier. These aren't WrestleManias that suck, but they definitely had like 2 or 3 good matches that kept me entertained. Really? I need to look at that card because I like WrestleMania 32. I like WrestleMania 32. Yeah, because that was the one with the story with freaking Triple H and Roman Reigns for the title of WrestleMania or Royal Rumble.
That was McMahon jumping off the damn top.
Okay, that was.
Yeah, but then there was the Brock Lesnar versus Dean Ambrose. That was hype. Chris Jericho versus AJ Styles. Zack Ryder and Kevin Owens. Zack Ryder in the ladder match. Usos versus Douglas. Yeah, he lost the title the next night. Kalisto versus Ryback. That was his last WrestleMania.
Yeah, it was his last WrestleMania.
But see, here's the reason. Charlotte Flair, Becky Lynch, and Sasha Banks. That match was amazing.
That was one of the only good matches come out of that.
The Rock. I don't know why he was there.
The whole Undertaker.
Shane McMahon. You know what? I know where to put that. That's gonna be mid Carter because that was actually pretty. Like, see, here's the thing about WrestleMania. Like, I didn't like the Triple H and Roman Reigns match. The Rock with the John Cena thing, that was cool. Undertaker versus Shane McMahon, great match. Baron Corbin, winning the Battle Royal, cool. Charlotte versus Becky Lynch and Sasha Banks, probably the best match there. Brock Lesnar, Dean Ambrose, cool. But then there was the tag match, the League of Nations versus the New Day. I don't remember that. There's Jericho versus AJ Styles. You said that wasn't a good match. The ladder match was cool. I mean, so it was like 50-50 basically. So it makes sense because like Kalisto versus Ryback, you know what I'm saying? Why? And then this was a preliminary match, I think. I don't want to. See, this is freaking hard. All right, okay. WrestleMania 29. WrestleMania 11. It's not that I don't like it. It's literally because they ruined it with the rematch. And then there was they ruined it with the Rock versus John Cena rematch. They didn't need to do it again, and they
that rematch though.
It wasn't because it was basically like
yeah,
he lost. I know, but they didn't. But no, but see, the thing is, the whole point of it was that it was once in a lifetime, not like once in a lifetime. Oh, John Cena loses, then let's have him come back. You know what I'm saying? It was the lore for WrestleMania 28 was so perfect. It was so perfect that like them rematching at WrestleMania again kind of just diminished the whole once in a lifetime aspect. If they didn't do this at WrestleMania, then sure. But the thing is, Brock Lesnar versus Triple H, CM Punk versus The Undertaker. Definitely that should have been the main event. And then that was only the 2 matches that I could think off the top of my head that were like pretty good. Chris Jericho versus Fandango, like Ryback versus Mark Henry. Jack Swagger. I know Jack Swagger was somewhere in there. Like I think the match itself was like John Cena versus The Rock 2. The match itself was pretty okay. I mean, they kind of just at some point they just repeated the same formula, like, oh, steal each other's move, reversal, do their finisher, whatever. But the lore behind it is what ruined it for me. It could have been so much better. Let me see. Who else? I want to put WrestleMania 10. WrestleMania 9 is definitely right there. I don't like 26, but that's like mid-carder though. WrestleMania 18, I definitely, I can't do that because The Rock versus Hulk Hogan. But then again, I need to look at the card because I know WrestleMania 18 was pretty lackluster too. Because I don't know if you guys remember, but the main event. Yeah, so The Rock versus Hollywood Hulk Hogan should have been the main event. Yeah, it's just because he won the Royal Rumble. That match was pretty bad, and it was 18 minutes. That match was pretty garbage. Yeah, even Chris Jericho doesn't even like that match. Yeah, for the Intercontinental title. Yeah, so alright, I was correct. Yeah, WrestleMania 18 wasn't that good. But it was okay. 13, I think. There's gonna be a lot of WrestleManias in this tier, I know it. Yeah, there's WrestleMania 7, WrestleMania 8. I'm not sure about WrestleMania 10, but you can rock with it. Alright, so let's get this train going. So yeah, like I said, WrestleMania 29. Let's look at this match card. From my understanding, they had a particularly better match card than most of the WrestleManias on here, besides like 18. Oh yeah, the Shield, bro. Nah, the Shield debuted in WrestleMania 30, but the Shield had the tag match with. No, it was WrestleMania 30. They faced the Usos and some other person. No, I'm saying they didn't debut here. That's what I'm saying. They didn't debut. Yeah, they debuted back in 2014. Nah, I disagree. WrestleMania 30 was their best one. That match was. I could rewatch that match right before what? Oh, what am I saying, bro? Jesus, this is their debut. You're right. I thought, bro, for some, you can see why this is a jobber because I was thinking of their better match the year after. Yeah. He did a swaggy thing off the top rope. But look at this. So this was preliminary. So this is a 1, 2, 3, 4. This is an 8-match card for WrestleMania that had nothing to deliver except for the last three matches is what carried WrestleMania, and the main event wasn't even that great. So that's basically why WrestleMania 29 is like where it's at. They had a few things. Oh yeah, WWE was Jack Swagger. Like there's lore there. Cool. Goes for the World Heavyweight Championship. They tried to make WWE like, you know, the American immigrant story, whatever. Dolph Ziggler, Big E, and Team Hell No. I would say this is good for the thing that happened later the next night, because that's when he cashed in his Money in the Bank. You know, Dolph Ziggler was like at that moniker. Mark Henry versus Ryback is just two big dudes, you know, going at it. So that's WrestleMania 29. WrestleMania 18. I mean, like, it was kind of like one of those fantasy matchups, like, oh, bro, Mark Henry been here for a minute, he's strong. Ryback's been here for like a few years. He's kind of been feeding more, you know what I'm saying? He's bigger than Mark Henry. Yeah, WrestleMania 11, not too great. I know the Undertaker streak was still like a main thing, but he faced Diesel there. So yeah, Kevin Nash wasn't too impressive. It was like 95. So he was pretty big deal at the time. Shawn Michaels, he won the Royal Rumble. So he went to go face the champion. Ooh, look at this card. There's only 7 matches. All were under 20 minutes. Oh my goodness. He defeated Jeff Jarrett by this way. Yeah. Lawrence Taylor and Bam Bam Bigelow was the main event. That's crazy. A football player. Diesel defeated Shawn Michaels. Bret Hart versus Bob Backlund for an I Quit match. Wow. Owen Hart and Yokozuna defeated Billy Gunn and Bart Gunn. Oh, he faced King Kong Bundy here. Yeah, this WrestleMania was garbage. Oh God, what is this doing here? That is abysmal. Put that freaking here. That 7 matches, less than 20 minutes. Your main event is, you know, running back from the freaking Miami Dolphins. Come on, bro. Or no, the New York Giants. Yeah. I corrected myself. You know what I'm saying? I got you, bro. Let's go over to WrestleMania 9. Bro, like, and he ended it with a shoulder tackle. That was it. Alright, let's see. WrestleMania 9. I think this is a little bit better. Okay, look at this. This is good. 11 matches. 1 was a dark match. You love this. Bro, no, he just came in and stole the title for some reason. That didn't make sense. Why was he allowed to do that after a hard fought 9-minute match with Bret Hart versus Yokozuna? Bro. And then Yeah, it didn't make sense. It didn't make sense. And the funny thing is, Lex Luger got screwed out of this WrestleMania too, because, you know, he didn't face anybody for a championship like Bret Hart. Or wait a minute, I'm thinking of next year. Damn, my bad. Let me see. Lex Luger versus Perfect. Got like Undertaker versus Giant Gonzalez. This is when they were starting to do the freaking WrestleMania tier, or you know, whatever. Yokozuna versus Bret Hart. Boom. Hulk Hogan defeated Yokozuna for the title with no context. Why? You know, Razor Ramon, Bob Backlund. Why is Bob Backlund? Oh my God, he's everywhere, bro. And Doink the Clown defeated Crush. Like, and this was 8 minutes. This was 8 minutes. But you know, it gets carried a little bit. There was not that much heat there. You know, older WrestleManias, they don't get as much credit as they should have back in the day. But yeah, WrestleMania 7 and 8. The only thing I can think about with these is Sergeant Slaughter. The Hulk Hogan kind of ran this, but I would say WrestleMania 8. Randy Savage versus Ric Flair, out of this world. I didn't really like, and this was when Ric Flair won the Royal Rumble from the number 3 spot. That is not easy. But, you know, we're not going to talk about how Hulk Hogan kind of helped him out there, you know what I'm saying? You know, pulling Sid's arm, you know, trying to make it. And that set up their match at WrestleMania. Yeah, you know, but with those 2 matches alone, that's probably why it's up here. WrestleMania 7 was not that great. So we can move on to mid-carder. Now this is what's going to have most of the WrestleManias, alright? So for me, in my opinion, WrestleMania 3 is overrated, but it's okay. WrestleMania 4, overrated. Congrats. Right, but he's done that before though. He's done that. Now, I wouldn't say Hulk Hogan is little. But it is only for that. But he's lifted him up before though, so I don't think many people know. I think not too many people know that. Like, Hulk Hogan has lifted up Andre before. I think it was just the fact, like, it was done in like at WrestleMania. Yeah, you know, but it's okay. Besides the whole body slam, the match in itself is like not great because, first of all, Andre the Giant can't really do much. Hulk Hogan wasn't that great of a wrestler, and to begin with, anyways, he was kind of just a superhero. So, like, before, the reason why I say it's overrated, the moment of them doing that is awesome, but the match was like, so it was like 4 leg drops, 30 clotheslines, you know, him missing wildly over Hulk Hogan a lot, them grappling up many times. Like, it's very boring to watch until it's at the end, and that's why I say it's overrated. WrestleMania 4 was just a rematch. WrestleMania 10, WrestleMania 26. Oh, and I love some of the matches in WrestleMania 26. My first one was 24 or no 23. No. Oh man, my first one was 22. Damn. That was a long time ago, dude. Alright. So now we can put WrestleMania 32 here. WrestleMania 31. Which one is the one? WrestleMania 5. Yeah. Oh, that's... Yeah, Sting wasn't that. I was never a fan of Sting, but I can see why that needs to be a little later. I thought that. Oh, you know what? I was looking at the wrong one actually. Hold on. My bad. Yeah, yeah. I meant to put 35. 35. That was, yeah, that's the one I was looking at. I didn't mean to put 31. I was like, yo, what am I doing? 52 ghosts. Ooh, WrestleMania 13. She's not talking about that. Okay, WrestleMania 13. Let me look at this one before I put this one in. We can just, I guess this is it. Then we can go ahead and talk about this one. Bret Hart versus Stone Cold, Ahmed Johnson. Oh, yikes. Yeah, okay. Yeah, alright. So this is WrestleMania 13 actually. I was thinking about this earlier, but it actually should be right here because WrestleMania 13 only had one match that was good, and it was Stone Cold versus Bret Hart. So yeah, all right. Now we get to WrestleMania 5. Oh, the mid-carder tier, which has WrestleMania 5, 35, 32, 26, 10, 4, and 3. So, immediately what we can talk about that's easy for me to remember. WrestleMania 26, this was the epitome of average. Like, it's so average, it's dead on in the middle. 26 had two very good storylines. And I think it was, or three very good storylines. It was Legacy and Randy Orton. It was Sheamus and Triple H and John Cena and Batista. Those three. Oh my God! I forgot. I forgot about I forgot all about Undertaker and Shawn Michaels. Yeah, Undertaker and Shawn Michaels. I forgot about that. This also falls under the. See, okay, so here's the thing, Adam. This WrestleMania actually did what WrestleMania 29 should have done. They did it correctly with how Shawn Michaels and Undertaker kind of rematched, but the lore kind of carried over instead of making it forced. Like, oh my God, like I lost at WrestleMania. What am I going to do? The Rock. Right. Right. Nobody really. Right. I feel like, yeah, bro, and that Royal Rumble was pretty good. Like, if they did that for WrestleMania 29, because I remember John Cena won the Royal Rumble because he was like, oh, The Rock is the champion, now I can win to go face him. You know, they could have literally just copied and pasted, but you know, it's whatever. So those four storylines alone make WrestleMania 26. The Legacy one was exciting because you saw the downfall of that faction, of a very good faction from like 2009 all the way up to this point. And Randy Orton, you know, was a star-studded in himself. and it was a teacher versus student type thing. It was a triple threat match. Great match overall. Like, I could watch that back anytime. The Money in the Bank match, I think Jack Swagger won it. Kofi did his thing, as he usually does. Rey Mysterio versus CM Punk wasn't that great. But, you know, John Cena versus Batista, two identical careers going at it. When he put it into that aspect, Sheamus versus Triple H. It was about a come up upon heels and baby faces. So it was very solid. Like, that's just like, when I think of very average WrestleMania, I think of that. Because there was those four, but then there was the other ones that were trash. Like Miz show, or Jericho versus the Miz, or it was like Miz and Big Show or something, and another tag team. WrestleMania 10. This was the one with the ladder match, right? With Shawn Michaels and Razor Ramon. Was that the one? I believe so. Because, yeah, that was WrestleMania 10, correct? You right? Okay. But this was like 94. So this was also with Lex Luger and Bret Hart winning the Royal Rumble together. They both get a title match. Owen Hart versus Bret Hart. I think Bret Hart had 2 matches, right? Yeah. Bro, that got like 2 matches in WrestleMania. He had to go first, and it was 20 minutes. He wrestled 30 minutes that night. He's like LeBron. He was first and last. That was pretty monumental. He walked out too in that match, like, oh, he was hurt still, and he went on to win. Yokozuna also freaking had 2 matches because he had to face Lex Luger. But that was 14 minutes. Yeah. I think this is also another WrestleMania that's just constant reminder of average. And this also does not include the ladder match. So I don't know which one that is. That's probably at WrestleMania 12 or something like that. Oh wait, that's not even, I don't even think that's at WrestleMania. That might be SummerSlam. But anyways, Owen Hart versus Bret Hart, and then Alundra Blaze versus Lonnie Kai. Then the both Yokozuna matches. Oh wait, here it is. What am I talking about? Yeah, there it is. Yeah, alright. And this was a match. So yeah. WrestleMania 35. I don't really care for WrestleMania 35.
It sucked.
It did. So, what was like the?
I think Seth won the Universal title in like 3
He did. Probably. What other matches were there? I don't really remember. Yeah. But it had like a few matches. That's why it's like up here. If it's not what I thought it was, I'm just gonna move it down. Oh yeah, this was the. Look at all these matches, bro. They just flooded this freaking WrestleMania with match after match. Like, okay, so Seth defeated Brock Lesnar in 2 minutes and 30 seconds? How did that happen? What happened? What? Oh, freaking hell. Braun Strowman eliminated Colin Jost from Saturday Night Live. That's... Okay. Saturday Night Live's weekend update co-writer was last eliminated by Braun Strowman in a 30-man Andre the Giant Battle Royal. Okay, that's WrestleMania for you. Then they go on to show Seth Rollins and Brock Lesnar winning in 2 minutes. Really nice. Like that's how much you heat up a freaking frozen burrito. AJ Styles versus Randy Orton. I don't remember that, but probably. Oh, really? Fatal 4-Way tag match. Shane McMahon versus The Miz. Oh, I remember the storyline. It wasn't. I love the Iconics. Oh yeah, bro. The Miz's father looks weird and rapey. The Iconics. I love the Iconics, bro. They are entertaining as hell. But I digress. Probably. Oh, it does make sense. Like they are like, you know, pretty big women. Like, oh shoot, Kofi Kingston and his title win against Daniel Bryan. That was it? Why is Finn? Yeah, Triple H versus Batista. And he took out his nose ring too. Why is Finn Balor facing Bobby Lashley? Yeah, okay. That was trash. WrestleMania 5, the Mega Powers, you know, Randy Savage, Hulk Hogan. We don't even need to talk about it. That's probably the only match on there that really put a number for that WrestleMania. But I want to make sure the Hart Foundation, yes, tag team. You had the Rockers, Mr. Perfect was the Blue Blazer. Ooh, yikes. Rip. Jake Roberts versus Andre the Giant. That sounds like a cat. What? He won? Yeah, this is a terrible WrestleMania. Yeah, see, most of these WrestleManias I need to look at because these were WrestleManias where 1 or 2 matches carried the WrestleMania, and it's typically these older ones. So that means. Yeah, when the so that means so most of these mid-card tier WrestleManias actually were jobber because they had 1 or 2 matches. These 3. Let me look at WrestleMania 6. I need to look at WrestleMania 6 real quick. Yeah, I need to look at WrestleMania 6 real quick because I know there's only one match that that was great, but I need to see what others because I know there was Rick Martel. God, like, look at all these matches, bro. Every match before the main event was like less than 5 minutes or 7 minutes. Damn, dude. WrestleMania 6, bro. Bro, these are older WrestleManias that are not. I think WrestleMania 12 was basically, bro. these Hulk Hogan matches were like doing a number for them for years. I mean, it makes sense. Stick to the formula that works. Oh, they had a tournament here too. But this was the... What was this? The WWE Tag Team Championship Tournament? Sudden death overtime. But see, like, they could have at least got a pin each and make it a tie. I did not want to watch this hour match where they just don't win anything. However, it was. I couldn't watch it. I couldn't watch it back. Yeah, because Hunter Hearst Helmsley was supposed to. He got buried. I think he got. This was like, if you remember the breaking kayfabe thing. This is why he had to face the Ultimate Warrior. He had to lose the Ultimate Warrior. Okay, so they didn't have a lot of matches though. But because I think it's because they had the Shawn Michaels match and it was 60 minutes, so you can discard that. I think piling a bunch of superstars together isn't great. So, like three and down is pretty much what makes WrestleMania. Gold Dust, yeah. This was the so this was like when they tried to copy the OJ thing with the car. That was pretty cool. Stone Cold Steve Austin, this was his come up. So this is when he was with Ted DiBiase. So that I like that. Ultimate Warrior vs. Hunter Hearst Helmsley. Surprisingly, you know, it was pretty cool, even though it was like a minute 30. Undertaker vs. Diesel. Yeah. So all right. So now we're getting to the better WrestleManias. Okay, we're getting there, folks. Now I hopefully you agree. Damn, mid-carder. I feel like there needs to be more, but there isn't. Looking at this lineup. Wait. 33. Let me look at 33 and 34.
More than 2 or 3 good matches deserve to be higher.
I need to look at 33 and 34 before we move on. Because which one? The one with the Hardys is 33. So you remember 34, right? Yeah, so that was oh, this was pretty average, right? Daniel Bryan, Shawn Michaels. What is this card? This crap. This is it. There it is. Nicholas. What? That's not who Nicholas. Okay, so just so you know, this man is not Nicholas. Nicholas is a child. That's his dad? John Cone, and is an American professional referee. He works for the okay. Well, all right. So we're just gonna put this out here. As a child won the tag team championship in 4 minutes against Cesaro and Sheamus, one of the better entertaining tag teams, the Bar, in recent years. At WrestleMania before the main event. I just want you to put that up. I want you to put that out there. They seem to have this formula where they'll do like before the main event, they'll do like a silly match, and then before that, they'll have a serious match. Yeah. So WrestleMania 34, I figured that it's a mid-carder because there's so much trash in there, but it got carried by a single loop. All right, so here we go. Here's Money in the Bank tier. All right. WrestleMania 12, 13, 15, 19. Ooh, it's getting hard, bro. 16, 20, 23, 31, 33. And as you can tell, well, we're gonna save this because since it's ordered, we're gonna save this. So you see, this is the WWE Championship tier, but I'm gonna tell you which goes in which. So I'm gonna tell you which ones do you want to start off first. Which WrestleMania do you want me to explain first, or do you want us to go in order? All right. Oh wait, yeah, I gotta order it. That's right. WrestleMania. Okay, so the best one out of this. Ooh. Okay. It's gotta be WrestleMania 20.
To 20?
Yeah, WrestleMania 20. Then it's 13. Then it's 14. 15, 12, 16. Oh no. 23, 12, 16, 20, 31, 33. Alright, 20, obviously, you know, the clear winner here is because of the lore of Chris Benoit, his journey to get to the WWE Championship in a triple threat match after winning the Royal Rumble in #1 spot. Triple H and Shawn Michaels at their feud at that time in 2004. The Rock coming back to team up with Mick Foley in a handicap tag match with Evolution. And Randy Orton secures the bag against his rival, the Legend Killer, Mick Foley. Christian versus Chris Jericho secures the bag yet again in that rivalry to get Trish Stratus's number, you know what I'm saying? Oh man, there was so much at that WrestleMania that they can't even go over because of one individual. And you know what happened? Eddie Guerrero, bro. Dude, that celebration between those two. John Cena and his first, win against the Big Show. And there was a title match. And there was no dark matches. That's the one thing I have to point out. There was no dark matches. Everything, yeah. They were pretty popular, so they kind of got carried by plot armor, you know. Booker T and Rob Van Dam, you know. You would never think they would tag. I mean, I never really saw this match. I don't remember this match happening, but Rob Van Dam is my favorite superstar. Of course, you know, you have your typical Playboy match, whatever, that sucked. But the Cruiserweight match is what... Remember when they used to throw a bunch of Cruiserweights in the ring and then you could just do whatever? I miss those days. Goldberg versus Brock Lesnar. It was a pretty exciting match, even though it was kind of cheeks, but at that time, they did it was entertaining to watch. It was spears, F5s, jackknives, or, you know, whatever it was called. But yeah, Undertaker versus Kane. This is the best one here. WrestleMania 14. Basically it was a bunch of DX lore. They came out to their theme song live. Shawn Michaels was Stone Cold with Mike Tyson switching sides, bro. Undertaker versus Kane again, but this was the first time, you know, WrestleMania 15. This was Stone Cold versus The Rock the first time, and it was pretty good. The first time, amazing. And then they had, I believe Mick Foley was there. They had The Undertaker versus the Boss Man in a Hell in a Cell match. DX again, you know. Well, they acting like he hung him, you know, can't really do that anymore, but but yeah, that is that WrestleMania. Let's look at those two real quick, just so we can get a more accurate description. You know, they had preliminary matches too, but they don't list it. Very short WrestleMania. Cactus Jack and Chainsaw Charlie versus the New Age Outlaws. Kind of was silly for it to be 10 minutes. The Rock defeated Ken Shamrock. That was crazy at the time. Now people sleep on this, but Triple H versus Owen Hart, that's definitely a match people have to go back on and watch. Yeah. And you know that reversal, bro, kind of the sweet chin music. Boom boom. Okay, and then WrestleMania 15, being the year later, you know, they didn't, like, out of this list, even though it's not like a bad thing, WrestleMania 14 and 15 were like the weaker points, but they still carried their own. I mean, they have a lot to do, of course. But the one thing I would like to take off this is Butterbean versus Bart Gunn, bro. It was a freaking boxing match. Like, why? Someone could have got hurt. That probably was like, I don't know. Kane versus Triple H. Yeah. But it was only to decide the special guest referee, so it kind of was. It wasn't meant for anything for the main event. So it was set up so whoever got to be the main, like the guest referee, could have made another, you know, one of the superstars an advantage. As you know, the Rock was on the corporate team or whatever, so if the Big Show won, then it would have definitely heavy favor for the Rock. But whatever. Kane versus Triple H, great. Shane McMahon versus X-Pac, even though X-Pac got betrayed by his members. Yeah. Okay, wait. Let's put these behind here, though. Yeah, and of course, WrestleMania 12. We talked about that. WrestleMania 23. Now, Adam, you know, I don't know if you were probably around during this time, 2007. This is when I was like around around this time I was starting to watch it. This was one of the most hype ones for me. For a long time, I didn't like it, but then I looked back on it and I was like, bro, this is amazing. They had the first thing that stands out. They started out with the ladder match with Randy Orton, Finlay, Booker T, Matt Hardy, CM Punk I think was in it, and he won that. Mr. Kennedy, or no, CM Punk was in it, but he did not win. Edge, Jeff Hardy, bro, like God, Shawn Michaels versus John Cena. I will never watch that match, but it was pretty good the first time around. Undertaker versus Batista. This at the time was like Batista actually could be the one to defeat the Undertaker. He's a big man. He's been going after that championship for years after 21. Like, what more can you ask for? Trump, McMahon shaving the hair, all that jazz. The ECW originals versus the new breed. Like, come on, bro. It just keeps going. And then, you know, Jeff Hardy does that whole jump off the ladder, kills Edge thing.
Amazing. That like
WrestleMania moment.
that's what really made me a Jeff Hardy fan.
Exactly. That's what made everybody a Jeff Hardy fan. If not that, it was 16, where every match was like a tag or a multi-man match. There was no singles match in that WrestleMania. But the ladder match with the Hardys, Edge and Christian, and the Dudleys. Come on, bro. What else can you say about that? The main event elimination match with The Rock, Triple H, Mick Foley, and The Big Show with each McMahon in their corner. Bro, like, WrestleMania 19. This is The Rock and Stone Cold for the third time, the final time. John Cena comes out and does a rap. Okay, Brock Lesnar versus Kurt Angle. He does that amazing.
This was Thugonomics.
Thugonomics, John. He was dissing. He dissed Jay-Z for some reason, I think. What else? There was also Chris Jericho and Shawn Michaels. That was a main event match. That wasn't the main event. We don't need to dive deep. WrestleMania 31, we all know Seth Rollins cashing the Money in the Bank at the main event between Brock Lesnar and Roman Reigns. So you had the ladder match for the IC title with Dean Ambrose, Daniel Bryan, you know, Finn Balor. I think he was in it. Wade Barrett, you know, all those people. Undertaker versus Bray Wyatt didn't need to happen, but it happened. Sting, Triple H, Nostalgia, Terminator, you know. And then WrestleMania 33, Hardy Boys come back for the ladder match. New Day hosts. Bray Wyatt versus Randy Orton. Bray Wyatt versus Randy Orton could go. But besides that, right? Yeah, the Final Fantasy. Of course, Xavier gets the Cloud. But it's much for it. Yeah, that's some nice.
It was like Randy was a part of the Wyatt family, and then he's just like turned on him and just burned the whole house down.
Okay, now with those. Now here we go. WWE World Champion tier. Obviously, we're gonna go by from least to the greatest. So, and this is gonna be a really hard one to order. I know which one I want to put first. So, WrestleMania 22. We're gonna kick it off with that. WrestleMania 21.
Another great one.
WrestleMania 24.
Yeah.
28. I'm gonna do 28, 30, 25. Jesus, move over. Oh my god. 25, and then obviously the best WrestleMania is WrestleMania 17. All right, so I had a struggle putting, because WrestleMania 28, 30, and 25 was hard because I didn't know where to. Which one?
24.
24 before 28?
Before 28, yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
It had so much better, like...
I would actually argue that I think 28 would be...
28's at the bottom, I think.
28 might be at the bottom. Because now that I'm thinking about it, I remember they had the Raw versus SmackDown tag match, which was great, but you know, everybody was like, "Damn, they control." Like, let me look at this card. You, John, I know you were itching for this WrestleMania, to being in Miami, and Pitbull was there. You know what I'm saying? WrestleMania 28. Okay, so let's look at this card. Let's screw the dark match. Daniel Bryan versus Sheamus, 18-second match. Cool. That happened. Kane versus Randy Orton. Kane versus Randy Orton, normal ass match. Big Show versus Cody Rhodes. Yeah, you're right. This is definitely belongs in the bottom. All right, it's only because, like, so 6, 7, 8, and 9. Oh well, 4, 6, 7, 8, and 9 were the best matches, and they all had something to deliver. Like, and then the show itself, and you know, besides the matches, the show itself with the theatrics, fireworks, musical performances. Besides the Brodus Clay thing, because I know they did that like before the Undertaker match or whatever.
Yeah, Undertaker and Triple H and Hell in a Cell.
Hell in a Cell, man, it was so long, but it had to happen.
Both of them didn't want to go down. What do you mean?
CM Punk versus Chris Jericho. The best in the world versus the best in the world. Rock versus John Cena for the first time. Everybody was excited for that. That alone carries like 2 WrestleMania. But that is definitely the last.
Punk still held the belt, right?
Yeah, and he still won. He only lost it to The Rock. So yeah, that's definitely the last. WrestleMania 22, when it has my favorite match of all time, Edge versus Mick Foley, hardcore match.
Mick Foley, hardcore. Oh,
bro, you don't need to say anything else. Goes to the flaming table.
It was just them versus the world, bro. They were doing their own thing. Everyone thought it was a show. It was actually crazy. The crazy shit they were doing.
Bro, then that ending where he's just like, he has bloodshot eyes and he's shaking, bro.
Come on now. They're all into that fight.
You had, I don't know why. So the thing that confused me about WrestleMania 22 is the cover. Booker T is getting like whatever move that is that John Cena doesn't do anymore. Yeah, but John Cena is not fighting Booker T. He was fighting Triple H. So I don't know why that's the cover, but anyways, John Cena versus Triple H. What else do we need to say? 2 caliber stars right there. Who else was there? Rey Mysterio, Randy Orton, Kurt Angle. Like, Sure. There was another. Oh, the ladder match. Rob Van Dam won it. Won the Money in the Bank.
God.
Bobby Lashley was in it. There's just, and that was a pretty short WrestleMania too. Shawn Michaels, McMahon, or I think that was that was Shawn Michaels versus Vince McMahon. WrestleMania 21. Now this is a little bit before your time, John, but I'm sure you were aware of Eddie Guerrero doing his thing. Adam Sandler and Rob Schneider were there. Triple H versus Batista. I believe. I wish Rated RKO had a WrestleMania match, but he didn't. JBL versus John Cena to win the the WWE Championship for the first time and become that star caliber that he becomes. It was centered around movies too, so like the stage setup was like Motorhead was there. What more could you ask for? A lot of star power. The Big Show versus the freaking sumo wrestler though. Toss that out. I forget who Eddie Guerrero. Oh, the ladder match. Edge. That's Edge's win at the ladder match, bro.
That was kind of.
That was flames. The ladder match.
Who? Edge and who?
It was Edge, Kane, Shelton Benjamin, Chris Benoit, Christian, and I think Booker T. There had to be at least another black guy in there.
Simply because they had Benjamin, Benoit, Edge, one.
The spots itself.
Yeah.
WrestleMania 24. This was one of my favorites as well. I think it's my second favorite. Of course, the main thing was the, Triple H, John Cena, Randy Orton, triple threat match for the title, and this was all in their peak too, bro. Randy Orton had that theme song that I like. Still, he was a champion. Triple H was a babyface. John Cena just came back from injury. Legendary. They went HD. Floyd Money Mayweather. Big Show. Edge versus The Undertaker, the main event. SmackDown finally gets a main event. Batista versus Umaga. It was an interpromotional match. What more? That was pretty dope. It was kind of like Mark Henry and Ryback, basically, at that time.
Strong man, rivalry type of thing. It's kind of a dream. It was the same thing as a dream match. Like, what if these two fought?
The ladder match again. CM Punk takes it. At the beginning of WrestleMania, that WrestleMania, it was like, okay, ooh, yucky, because like, why would anybody want to watch Finlay versus JBL in a brawl? But after that, MVP, who else was in that ladder match? CM Punk. Mr. Kennedy, bro. Matt Hardy comes back. WrestleMania 30, we don't even need to get into that. The big boy. Undertaker losing his streak. Daniel Bryan winning the title in a triple threat match. John Cena versus Bray Wyatt the first time. Ooh, what else? The Shield match. This was the Shield match I was talking about.
Yeah.
They had a fantastic match. It was like super fast paced against the Authority, and they won like free. Those are the best points to that WrestleMania. The beginning of WrestleMania with Hulk Hogan, The Rock, and Stone Cold. Like, that's how you started off. That's how you started off, man. Triple H and Daniel Bryan. And then Daniel Bryan had to go out again. He had a Bret Hart moment.
Oh yeah, when he went up the ferry and he won the title.
Right. WrestleMania 25. This was the first WrestleMania, or not the first WrestleMania, but this was one of the WrestleManias I remember watching at home on pay-per-view. You know, vaguely. Like, I remember it like it was yesterday. Mom buys it. She buys it. We had to wait for it to come on. At the time, if you bought it on pay-per-view and you watched it before it came on, it would show other matches. So we were just sitting there waiting, right? We were waiting for it to come on. Then they would do that intro that they used to do with the whole, tonight's gonna be a great spectacle. Oh, this is WrestleMania. Like, you know, they used to do that. There's running. If anybody doesn't know what we're talking about, I want to. Hopefully, all right. So this is what happened last time. This is what happened last time, right? So me and John did the Naruto tier list, and we showed the themes, and we got copyrighted. So hopefully we don't get copyrighted for this. But let me see. It's an intro. The world is watching. Yeah, bro. This is what they would show at the beginning. You remember this joint?
This was my childhood. This right here was my childhood.
Bro, godlike. Bro,
That gave me so much flashback.
godlike, bro. They used that. And then, WrestleMania. And then WrestleMania 25. We're not gonna show any matches, but let me see. The one thing that I liked when I was a little kid about it, bro. That John Cena freaking theme. Yeah, I heard the music. I'm like, Thugonomics.
This is the last time he used the Thugonomics.
And Edge is like, whoa, this is not. Which one is John Cena? All those out of shape John Cenas.
I like the one that they did after at 26, where they had the military flipping the guns and stuff.
Oh yeah, he probably is, you know. Nah, that was at like the school. Bro, because of this, bro, I use John Cena in SmackDown vs. Raw all the time.
Bro, SmackDown vs. Raw, that's a classic right there, bro.
And look at this, bro. Look at this freaking, like, how do you, so think about this, right? You're this one person, and you gotta come out to all these people. Look at all these people. Like, you gotta come out there and perform in front of all those people. How do you do that? That's a lot of. I don't know how someone doesn't get nervous with that, especially if you've been doing it for a long time.
That whole intro was great. Remember that?
Bro, there's so many people. Oh my goodness.
That's a memory right there. You want to talk about like trip down memory lane? I remember that shit. I didn't watch this WrestleMania, but I remember the years before 26 and Katie was being like, we watched WrestleMania. We watched this one. We got it on DVD, and that's when I got introduced to all this shit.
Oh yeah, I got all those DVDs too in my closet. Like, so with the matches, obviously that match right there, it was John Cena, the Big Show, and Edge. He lifts both of them up. Cool. That was a cool ass moment. Shawn Michaels versus The Undertaker, the first time, probably the best WrestleMania match in history, as I've heard so far. It's like the perfect match. You had the ladder match. CM Punk won again. The Triple H and Randy Orton match could have been better if it was no DQ, but it's whatever. It was still pretty good. They just held back a lot, which sucked because of the lore that happened all throughout with oh my god, Randy Orton with his family and kissing Stephanie McMahon, Triple H going to his house. Yeah, and then he wins the Royal Rumble. Who else was here? Yeah, this was right after, because 2008 he was done with that. He won the championship. I need to look up the card. I don't remember everything else in that match, or in this. WrestleMania 25. Matt Hardy versus Jeff Hardy. Yeah, that was it.
Oh, this was when Carlito and Primo were attacking John Morrison and his.
Yeah, even though it was a dark match. Yeah, there wasn't really any bad matches. Chris Jericho embarrassing Legends, a 20-second match to symbolize JBL's retirement. CM Punk wins the ladder match with Mark Henry, Christian Finley, Kane, Kofi Kingston, MVP, Shelton Benjamin, Edge. Yeah. Pretty good. This was a yeah, bro. And bro, do you remember the way they wore their belts though? That was the cool part. I like the way they wore their belts. Yeah, like look at that. Freaking right there, bro. He has the chest plates. Now, WrestleMania 17, best WrestleMania of all time. I'm gonna go through. WrestleMania 17 is, and that it's not just me, it's critically acclaimed. I don't know why it does that. It freaking keeps doing it. Alright, WrestleMania 17 best. So this is at a time where everything was perfect. It was towards the end of the Attitude Era into the Ruthless Aggression Era, because 2001 with some of those people coming up. Stone Cold versus The Rock, the second time, the best one that they had. Alright, so besides the dark match, of course, Chris Jericho versus William Regal. This William Regal definitely put a lot of stars over. Chris Jericho being one of those, since this was kind of his time in 2001. So like this was his come up. Taz and the APA defeated Right to Censor, and this was a group, remember they were trying to clean up the WWF with all their extreme, stuff, and it was kind of a funny gimmick because the people in it had something to do with, sex or something like that. Or, yeah, Kane versus Raven in the Big Show with a triple threat match. Kane was pretty much unstoppable at this point. Eddie Guerrero defeated Test, and Test was one of those big guys, and Eddie Guerrero being the underdog, winning the championship. Now, that was just the mid-card matches. After the Eddie Guerrero match is like heat after hit, hit after hit after hit. Kurt Angle versus Chris Benoit. That is, if you want to talk about like your just, no, I guess in layman's terms, you're just your ragtail, pure wrestling match. That is a match you want to look at. lots of chain wrestling, lots of back and forth action, lots of grappling, lots of technical prowess. China versus Ivory. China finally gets a spotlight at WrestleMania. She was with DX for a while, but this is when they kind of weren't a thing. She kind of strayed away from Triple H, and she got her moment winning the Women's Championship. Shane McMahon defeating Mr. McMahon in a street fight. And Shane McMahon jumping off something. Edge and Christian. There's definitely, and now we get to the big boys, except the Iron Sheik or whatever, because it was a gimmick battle royal. They, like I said, they need to have something silly for the main event. So Edge and Christian, the Dudley Boys, the Hardys, the ladder match, the legendary ladder match. Everybody knows that moment. Yes, sir. Undertaker versus Triple H. Nope. Bro, I think he's done it before. Like, probably at a lower heights, so he felt comfortable. But those ladders were huge, bro. Like, what if he missed? and Jeff Hardy took the bump. You know what I'm saying? Like, he landed like all on his back. So he wasn't doing no baby bump. Undertaker versus Triple H. The first time, people don't really know about that one. They kind of look at the second and third. Yeah. They knock out the ref, go into the crowd, whatever. This is a badass Undertaker too. Stone Cold versus The Rock.
Wait, this was on the American Badass?
Yeah, this is American Badass Undertaker.
Rolling.
Yeah, bro, they had Limp Bizkit out there, bro. Let me see. Stone Cold versus The Rock. Like, literally, this match, like, this was, I think the match itself, it was, I don't think it's a 5-star, but I think the ending shouldn't have happened, though. Like, that match was no disqualification, so that means that rematch that The Rock wanted from WrestleMania 15 was able to be more vicious, since this is the Attitude Era. The Rock is the champion. Yeah, The Rock is the champion at this time. But obviously, because it's WrestleMania 17, you gotta show the people what they're missing out on. What they missed out on, bro. Think about it. The first thing that comes up.
Oh my God.
This is it. This is what makes WrestleMania 17.
Oh my God. He was hanging from it too.
Look how big these freaking ladders are, bro. How tall is that?
Look at that.
Jesus Christ, bro. No, bro.
20 feet.
Come on, bro. 20-foot ladder.
Jeff Hardy landing that thing. That's right there. Fuck
And then you got freaking Paul Heyman on commentary. That's it. So 30 plus years of WrestleMania, and we got your champ. Order WrestleMania 17, 25, 30, 24, 21, 22, 28. And you got 20, 23, 12, 16, or 2000. 19, 31, 33, 14, and 15. 10, 26, 32, 34. Then you got 8, 18, 3, 4, 13, 29, 7, 6, 5, 9, and then 35, and then 36, 1, 11, 2, and then 27. Whew. Wow. Pretty good list. Yeah, it was definitely, it's definitely been updated from the one that was on my Twitter, but I have a new pinned tier list on there. So. But yeah, we're going to save this joint. There it is. All right. And that is your tier list video again. Thank you guys for joining me. John and Adam. Enjoyed it. All right. We'll see you guys soon for another tier list.
Select and make your first pick. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6. Choose and pick the best one. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Select and make your first pick. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6. Choose and pick the best one. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. One box.